We're so excited to have you on with us today because this show is so much fun, and but it's also it's sweet, it's sad, it's a little scary. So it's got everything, but just kind of like life, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Yeah, I
you got
think
to
it's a
be.
great portrait of life.
Hmm.
It's exactly the way the life is.
Hmm. And you got to be excited to unveil this to the world because you worked so hard on it. You get all those episodes together, and now people are starting to see it, and it's got to be just a great joy and a great relief to know that it just turned out so well, right?
We are really surprised first reaction of the first people who's been seeing it. They are excited, they are happy, and it's so we are grateful.
Oh, yeah. And now that's on Apple TV Plus, and it's gonna be, premiered everywhere. We're so excited about people from all parts of the world watching it, and we're really excited about what the feedback is gonna be.
Hmm. And do you have a particular moment on set that you think you'll always remember or always take with you? Because it seemed like such a special time, and there are probably so many great moments for you.
Have you seen the whole series?
I have two episodes away, so I've seen five
Two
out of the
episodes.
seven. Yeah.
You're 2 episodes away. So I don't know.
You have
6 or 7, right?
6 and 7.
Yeah.
You've seen the five where there's a we go to a commercial.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a quick change
Yeah. So
that
that was your
something
favorite.
reveals and my clothes. I remember that
Yeah.
moment. It was really fun to do that
Yeah.
well, yeah.
because it was made like uh, DIY, like
Oh yeah.
on set, putting a cable on pull over and then some pants, someone cutting. It was like you're on vacation with your family and you're having some kind of picnic and someone has an idea and we were shooting this idea and we shoot it twice. And the first time I had some clothes and clothes above, and the first time they took them off, I went like 3 or 4 meters myself with the clothes over there to the floor, and then we started again, and it worked.
It was like kind of being in theater with friends, right?
Mhm.
Playing. Yeah. Well, I have many. Like one of them is the moment in the episode 4 when Raúl goes to Marta's place and he meets the family.
Oh yeah.
There were many hilarious moments there when she gets a allergy and
Yeah.
her face starts, her mouth getting bigger and bigger. I think I had such a great time with that, with
Allergy. It was like an allergy because he
the allergy
cooking
to
with
nuts,
nuts.
nuts. And I remember, I mean, we had a tremendous time with the actors that were playing my family. And Joan couldn't stop crying, it's laughing and crying. It wasn't a crying scene, but he was crying all over because he couldn't stop laughing.
I couldn't control, and the actor was so extremely funny. His father in the series,
My father.
and I couldn't look at him, and he was in front of me, and we were sitting, and the sun was going down, and I couldn't. I started thinking I don't want to look at him, so I started looking like close to him, but not to him.
Yeah. And I would say to him, just think of something sad. Just think of something sad. And he couldn't
Oh
stop it.
man.
We had a
Well,
lot of fun.
yeah. Well, you both have the best jobs, and people look up to what you do. What kind of advice would each of you give to someone who wants to follow in your footsteps and give acting a try?
Follow our footsteps, like as actors.
Yeah. Mhm.
Sure. Well, I would recommend people to go and check my IMDb Pro or IMDb website. Because I've done many. I've worked here, but I also worked in the UK and several US productions. Um, and that's what I would say. Like, check me out. Yeah.
You're saying if some young people want to
Yeah.
follow
Mhm.
our
Yeah. Mhm.
careers
Oh, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
as the young
Yes.
actors,
Correct.
I don't know. I would say them work a lot, read the scripts, and get some classes because this is a job like that you learn some techniques that useful like a magician.
Yeah, and the more you practice, the better you get. So if you can practice, like go to school and prepare yourself, because also do a lot of auditions. I try to jump into the auditions arena and working arena because the more you get trained on that, the better you get.
We're so excited to talk to you about this show because it's so much fun. It's sweet. It's scary. It's just like life itself, right?
Yeah, it's like life. The drama comes with the comedy, and when you have something funny to say, drama comes. So it's like life itself, that it's funny and sad at the same time. Actually, when I was making that series, my dad have to be in the hospital like for 1 year. So what happened in the hospital is that I was like, okay, he's sad. We're afraid of how the surgery is going to be and what's going to happen. But at the same time, something funny could happen in the hospital room. So we find that when you are in the worst situation, it could match with a funny moment. So that make me like more stronger to talk about something like death or cancer in a funny way. Because the funny is just the way you talk about it. You know, it's you can talk about cancer with drama, you can talk about the death with mystery, but I prefer to talk about the things that I am afraid of with the comedy because I feel more comfortable with the comedy, you know?
And is there a moment on set when you're just kind of looking around and thinking, this is exactly how I had hoped it had turned out because it turned out so well, and it's a delicate.
No,
Yeah,
never, because what happens in that we shoot it in Barcelona and we were a very small crew and the scripts were written, but I always want to take something new in the rehearsals or in the shooting. So all the crew was crazy because all the time I was thinking about, okay, that moment is not funny enough. So let's to think about new joke. And for example, I don't know if you remember the show, in the chapter number 1, there's a fight between two pregnant ladies. And one pregnant say, I cannot beat you because you're pregnant. So I cannot beat you, but I love you. And then they hug each other. The joke came from nothing. You know, I arrived to set and I say, that's not working enough. So let's do it. Why don't they you there was a actress that I found on the internet, and I say, could you are with the sister of the main character and arc between both of you and make a shot that you cannot beat each other because you're pregnant? And say, okay, and we improvise that scene in that moment. I was like with my laptop, like writing, like okay, and then send to the producers to print it. And that happens a lot. For example, in the trailer, there is a punch in the face with a joke that you have to make a jump scare of someone. That punch in the face was not in the script. That was the other director, Uriol, that say, that the scene is not funny. You know, yeah, what you can do? And he said to me, you've seen Tropic Thunder, Ben Stiller movie, when there's a funny scene when Tom Cruise is on Skype and
yeah,
he's very angry because he's the producer and say, who's the gaffer or the DOP? Say that. Okay, go to the director and say, punch him in the face. And the say, okay, I'm sorry, buddy. And he makes like bam. And it's like so funny because the punch it's perfect. It's very funny. It hurts. And we say, I want to do something like that. And that's how come that joke in that movie, in Punch in the Face. And Punch in the Face, it's not a stuntman, it's not an actor, it's the second assistant director that say, I can appear and punch in the face to the main character and say, okay, so let's do it. Because when you are in a small crew, you have more freedom. If you are shooting Dune 2, every decision I think costs a lot of money. But when you are shooting with friends in Barcelona, you have a way to improvise things.
yeah. Well, yeah, and part of that we talk about that is like keeping in the right mindset. So, last thing, what did you keep in mind that kept you focused and on the right path through this? Because there's a lot of moving parts.
I don't know actually because the free, you know, the north of the show was like, okay, what's the main line of the TV show? It's love, it's illness. What's it talking about? So the mechanism of the writers is that we are going to make two people like each other, but that two people are the less indicate to like each other because they are from two different worlds. And at the same time, they are in the worst moment. So all the time, the show, we have to have this in mind. Like that was the important concept. And then the thing that obsessed me a lot. It's a comedy, like it's what I say you later that it's not enough funny. We have to make it funnier. How? And I found the screenwriters like that's not funny. Think about something more funny than that. And it's like to shoot a sitcom that you play with what happens at that moment, but without the public. The public, it's me.
Yeah, absolutely. We love the show. Thank you so much for making it. And we're
Nice to
tell
meet
everybody to
you.
check it out. And looking forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you, Paul. Nice to
Okay,
meet you.
thank
See
you so
you.
much.
Bye.